Good afternoon, students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine, students. I am also fine. So nowadays we have started to download the books. That means the e-textbook. Okay. From that e-textbook, I have taken the that screenshot. Okay. The portion that I am going to teach for you. Okay. So today's page in that one 37 and 38 already I have sent. So in your class they will send along with this page numbers also. So you can refer that one. Now I do not need to show this one, but when I am teaching, what I am asking you to learn, you have to open that page and learn. Okay, this page is different from the current book what we have. Even if you get the book, we will have another one, but this book is the first publication 2019. Okay, again this one is 20. What we are having is that revised one. Okay, second one 2020 19 book only, this page number. Okay, 37 and 38, 2 pages I have sent you, but the content is same, that page number only gets different. Okay. So now in the financial markets, we have learned about the meaning and the types, then functions, everything we have studied, then the role of financial markets. Now we will learn the difference between the new issue market and the secondary market. Okay, secondary market and new issue market, in the different types we have studied. Okay, as per on the basis of the time of issue of claim, financial claim. Okay, when we issue. Okay, so as per that one, we have learned only one difference, that one new issue market and secondary market. Now we will learn all the differences of new issue market and the secondary market. So from this one I will explain that one. Okay, first one, what is the first difference? The meaning. Okay, new issue market means here we can say it is the other name. Okay, new issue market is also called primary market. Here the secondary market is also called resale market. We can sell the securities again and again. Here it is sold for the first time. Okay. Here which shares are sold? Here new shares are sold. Okay. In the new issue market, the shares are sold newly for the first time. Okay, for the first time also you can see. But here it is sold from, that means the shares which are already issued in the primary market. Okay, already issued in the primary market. Shares which are issued already in the primary market or new issue market, they are sold in the secondary market. Okay. So then the third point, how the buying is done. Here it is done directly, direct buying. Here how they purchase, the new issue market, the company one who is going to issue shares, they will publish it in the newspaper. That is called prospectus. Okay, by seeing that prospectus, those who are willing to invest their money in that particular company, they will apply for the share. Okay, then they will allot those shares. Okay, in this way it is done. So it is directly by the company to the investors, that the shareholders. Okay, but here it is indirect. Directly the company will not issue share. In the secondary market, already issued shares are purchased and sold indirectly. Okay, through the stock exchange. And here who is benefiting? Okay, here the shares are issued and it is either the existing companies or the new companies will be financed. Okay, new company or even existing companies also will that issue shares. Okay, so because of this new issue market, these companies are benefiting, either the new companies or the existing companies. Okay, but here it is not funding for the companies. Okay, it is not helping, it is not the companies cannot raise fund or it cannot increase its financing through the secondary market, but the shareholders, okay, the shareholders, they can purchase and resell their shares. Okay, so here these shares are sold only one time. Okay, they are issuing, okay, it is sold for one time in the new issue market, but in the secondary market the shares are purchased and sold for many times. If a person purchases from the company, that shares can be used many times or several times in the secondary market. Secondary market, best example, the stock exchange. Okay, so they can purchase and sell as many times as possible. Okay, then here the dealings, buying and selling is done between the companies and the investors. Okay, company and the investors both, but here among the investors they buy and sell, isn't it? So for the first time company is selling, the investors are buying, but here among the investors. Okay, so the dealing is taken among the investors. Here it takes place between the companies and the investors. Here who is benefiting because of this new issue market? The companies. Companies, those who are in need of fund, in need of finance or in need of money, will issue shares to the public. So who is the gained person? The companies. Here who are the gained persons? Same, the investors. Those who are in need of money, they will sell their securities, their share. Okay, they will be the gainers. And if those who want to buy, they will buy. So ultimately who are the gainers? The investors. Then at the time of issuing shares for the first time or in the new issue market, there is one intermediary, the middleman. They are the underwriters. That you will learn. Okay, the underwriters who are there in the few, that forthcoming chapters. The underwriters, they will purchase the whole shares of a company and they will sell to the public. Okay, okay, but they are called the underwriters. So they are the middlemen between the company and the investors. Here the brokers in the stock exchanges, in the secondary market, they are the intermediaries between the buyers and the sellers. Here between the companies and the investors, they are the intermediaries or the middlemen, one who help in the purchase and sale of, here only selling of shares. Here the either purchase or sale of securities, the brokers are involved. They are the intermediaries, or we can tell them as the broker or the middleman. Okay, brokers and many other people are there. The members of the stock exchange, the brokers, the commission agents, many people are available. Okay, in common we say them as brokers. Then about the price of the shares. it is fixed by the company. Okay, in the new issue market, the price is fixed by the company itself. Okay, we cannot bargain whether to increase or sell, reduce the price of the share. Okay, it is fixed by the company and it is fixed price. No one can change that. But here it is not fixed price. Okay, it can fluctuate, it can vary. The price of the securities or the shares in the secondary market will vary as per the demand and supply. Okay, as per the demand and supply, the value of the securities, the price of the securities may fluctuate or it may vary. But here the price is fixed. Okay, it is fixed by the company. So it is fixed price, it will not vary. Okay, in the primary market or the new issue market. Then here the organizational structure. So here we cannot say one place. Okay, fixed place. No place. Okay, here they will issue in the prospectus, those who are willing to buy, they can purchase. But here it has one fixed place, that is the stock exchange. Okay, to purchase and sell the securities, there is the fixed place, that is the stock exchange. Secondary market, even some other that over the counter exchange of India, some that online mechanisms. Okay, so through that one we can purchase and sell the securities. But here there is no place, the company, you do not need to go to a particular formal place to purchase the share. We can apply through the bank. Okay, the application can be sent. It may be on email, that online also we can apply. Okay, here also stock exchange is the place, but nowadays the transactions, the dealings are done mostly through the online. Okay, now you might have understood about this differences between the new issue market and the secondary market. So here 10 points available in the book, so you can learn everything. Okay, here it is one 5-mark question. Distinguish between new issue market and secondary market. Okay, fully you should learn. It is the 4th 5-mark question number 1. Okay, new issue market versus secondary market. Okay, now there is another short heading is there that we will learn. Okay, the classification of financial assets. We have learned about the financial market. Okay, now we are going to learn about the classification of financial asset. Financial assets. Here one classification only given. There are many classification it seems. Okay, they have given only one, that is on the basis of whether it can be marketed. Okay, so marketable assets and non-marketable assets. Some assets cannot be marketed, they are non-marketable. Some can be marketed. So first one is called marketable assets. That thus this one you have to just understand. Okay, last year we had one question, classification of financial assets. This year we do not have. Even then you should understand. They may ask for compulsory question. Okay, some experiments. Even for one word also they can ask. Okay, here what are the meaning? What is the meaning of marketable assets? Easily you can say, isn't it? All the assets which can be marketed are the marketable assets. So marketed means what? That can be, the ownership can be transferred from one person to another, isn't it? Through marketing or by purchasing or selling in the market, what is happening? We take money and we purchase some things. Okay, so the ownership transfers from the seller to the buyer. Okay, that is done through the function of marketing, isn't it? So in the marketable assets are those assets which can be easily transferred from one person to another without any difficulties. Okay, that is called marketable assets. So here these assets are only sold in the share market. What is the main thing? Shares, isn't it? So the example, shares of listed companies. So in the stock exchange, I will explain that is what. Listed companies. Any company who has issued shares cannot transact in a stock exchange. Okay, so the company has to use that stock exchange. They have to get the permission from the stock exchange. They for example, their name must be there in the list of the stock exchange. They are called listed companies. Okay, the stock exchange will that they will publish one list of companies. So all those listed companies shares only will be marketed in the stock exchange, in the secondary market. Okay, so the other company shares cannot be marketed, so they are not marketable assets. That's why it is said clearly shares of listed companies. Then government securities, government bonds and government securities. Then bonds of public undertakings. Public undertakings. Okay, this public company and all will come under this heading. Okay, here all the other undertakings of that public undertakings and the government securities. Any securities issued by the government, Indian government or the state government, they will come under this government securities. Okay, these are the marketable assets. Okay, what is the meaning of marketable assets? Marketable assets are those which can be transferred from one person to another without any difficult or hindrance. Okay, so some of the examples: the shares of listed companies, then government securities, the bonds of public undertakings, etc. Okay, now we will see the opposite, non-marketable assets. So what is the meaning of non-marketable assets? Here the assets which can be transferred from one person to another. So what is the opposite of that? Now we can say, if the assets cannot be transferred easily, okay, from one person to another easily, that is called non-marketable assets. Okay, now we will see some of the examples of non-marketable assets. What cannot be marketed, what that ownership cannot be transferred from one person to another. What are they? For example, bank deposits. Now we deposit some amount as fixed deposit. Okay, this one we cannot transfer, but the check can be transferred from one person to another. Okay, but the bank deposit of a person cannot be transferred. Then that PF amount, okay, provident fund, then pension fund, then the national savings certificate. Okay, some certificates we will have that for example, that RD we open at the post office and the savings, that one, national savings certificate. Then any insurance policies, insurance policies also, the ownership cannot be transferred from one person to another. Okay. Okay, some other assets may be there. Okay, here the non-marketable assets, the assets which cannot be easily transferred from one person to another are called the non-marketable assets. Some of the examples are bank deposits, provident fund, then pension fund, the national savings certificates. We will get one certificate, okay, that one also. Then insurance policies, the bond, that ownership also we cannot transfer from one person to another. Okay, so you should know that this one. What are non-marketable assets and non-marketable assets? This is only one kind of financial assets they have given. Okay, that other one we have studied about the financial market classification. Okay, on the basis of the issue of the claim or the maturity of the claim. Okay, then time of issue of claim. Many differences we have learned, isn't it? Organizational structure. Okay, so I think we have completed only 2 pages. I have sent these pages. So when you get the video, you will get the pages also. So today let me show the page for you, but you have to learn from that one. Okay. Here the new issue market and secondary market, and the classification of financial assets they have started here. Okay. Here you can see, isn't it? I will take control. This one. Okay, I think it's clear the difference. It is the 4th question's answer. Okay, 4th one 5 mark. Okay, this one no answer, but you have to read. Okay, that classification of that financial assets. See the question. Wrong answer. 4th one. What are the functions? First one, isn't it? 4th one 1. Distinguish between new issue market and the secondary market. Okay, so you better read this one and study these question answers. Management is planning to conduct a test for you, so surely you have to attend the test. Okay, so don't sit idle. Everyone should watch the video and you have to study. Okay, thank you, students.